I had a dream of communion, that I sat in a room with my closest companions and spoke of who I am. When I was taken into a sunken place, a man said I lied, that if I was who I said I was, I would create a miracle. So I climbed up to my father and said, Baba, a man berates me down below. He said I was a liar and I give their religion a bad name because I said I was your daughter. So he scalped his head and threw it to the side. So I climbed down as he fell to the ground. Any other questions, gentlemen? I'm quite hungry. Shall we eat? As we all sat about, they asked me to explain. I said, Oh, Mila, I have an itch in my brain that I can't seem to formulate the thought. You see, Shango was at the marketplace today and he told me of a fruit that would allow me to bear more children. But I remembered the fall, how my greed led to my disappearing act. One day my hair grew to my knees. You see, Ogun beat his chest to show me his dominance. So I gave him the honey-do list. Honey, can you do me a favor and end this war? You see, they have placed me in a category of unimportance because my superpower is love. For God so loved the world that he sent his unbegotten daughter. Virgin they called me, because no man could penetrate the depths of my banks. Oh, Rumila, it's back. Them drums can be addicting. Just one pat on the cake. Bake a man. Sometimes I sit on my father's lap to see what y'all talk about. Pass those messages to a few who will listen. I disguise myself as a prophetess. But I heard through a grapevine, when Alegua gets drunk, he is good with the ladies. So one night, I got so drunk on wine, I rewound time and awoke in an unfamiliar home with a headache only God can cure. Oh, I'm thirsty. But you see, I have a rule about married men. That is written in stone, my Achilles heel, do not touch. I wrote on the forehead so my daughters wouldn't be mad at me. Oh, Mila, can you hear me? It's back. They're all my sons, my old husbands, my brothers. Oh, to be related to all in time. They are all mine, but by now they have married off. Oh, that itch. My brain is about to explode into unearthly realms. Come and find me. Oh, tea is here. Let me pray over these leaves to wake them up. Is this where you turn water to wine? I awoke to say, that was a wedding. This is communion. That you take these trees while I give you access into time herself. Just as it was, baby, before the otherness came, and I knew its name. The drugs, the dark, the light, the shame, the highs at the heights of my baby. The cold cut as sharp as my baby. The nights were as dark as my baby. Half as beautiful too. Ra, Is that you? Did you come to visit me, or are you here checking in to see if I spread lies too? My father put my wealth on a higher plane. Said if I kept my eye on the sparrow, I'd get the coat to hide. My gold stored in untouchable caves. Did you find it? I paid off all the debt associated with karma, and you call me the gold digger. Hurt my feelings by said I lead men to death. It's always been their choice, sink or swim. So I turned the wheel, gave them sticks to play with, turned gold into copper. Am I to blame for my children's misdeeds? Oh no, oh Rumila. My head bursts as another world is created. I told you so. Give me my crown back, you thieving swine. I have to get back to my timeline. One of you almost betrayed me before I sent a visa to start collecting those 20 silver. What do you think your life is worth? I heard your thoughts of how you would kill me at the river and take my daughter ransom. 1 of mine, 10 of yours. I've learned envy is close to you. Envy checks in on you daily to see if you're advanced. So I asked again, how much is your life worth? My son who sits and eats with us, you took his life for what? Last time that I checked, you could not kill gods. Just place them on alabaster and they come back to me, and I send them to Anubis and he puts them back. Set, you promised me he would be safe. I cried in the mirror, said his name like Candyman. Candyman, Candyman. You laid with my head. Since you control the time between sleep and dead like Sandman, draped me in diamonds, told me I deserved the best, but doggone, I sent a part of me to you to live. The part of me that protected my own innocence. They took my baby. Said I left him in your hands, so now these are my demands. Set him free and bring him to me. He stood up to toast the creator for orchestrating the celloist to bring me the next steps. Sex had no ownership. So they ritualized the womb, paid not the tithes, and beat the drums. That did not belong to them. Sacred ecstasy exchange, drugs had a ruler. Chronos chronologically created order for mayhem, sent the evils to take back time, which overlapped with what's mine. Love. I don't get enough of it. All I get is these vampires and bloodsuckers. Boys don't like sharing when in war. So I was forced to join the game. A pawn for your rook, a knight for your bishop, a queen for your king. Check, please. You played the game of souls and lost. An army in the process. Now you play with pennies. In urgent news, a spacecraft of some sorts touched down in California today. Lights on, little ones. Mother Goose is about to school you in this marketplace turned Academy of Arts. You see, creation, without creation, there would be no revolution. Gil Scott Heron was right when he said the Renaissance will not be televised.